紮嘅即係不如意啦、苦啦。所以教授講咧，無論我哋做乜嘢嘢其實我哋無論做好嘅嘢，但係做唔好嘅嘢咧，都走唔甩呢個5個因其實將過去係咁，現在係咁，將來亦都係咁，就係呢個無明同埋貪愛同埋執取咧，而令到我哋做善業同埋惡業。咁咧，亦都離唔開個果咧，就係話有呢個五蘊或者有呢個名色二法嘅，同埋有生老病死。
I now recognize I've talked so much without letting Jessica to translate. But anyway, you have very good translator. She translated everything. Now, if you read this paragraph, so we say if you try to find the present causes, so you just stop here. I like to so move a little bit there. You can move. So we say if you try to find the present causes that would give rise to the future existences, first we have to take these three, the craving, grasping, and the karma formations present in this present life. Now as we have the reason here, so we say here as we have reason above, when we take craving and grasping, which are defilement, we should include the avijja, ignorance, which is also the defilement, and they arise together in the same greed-rooted consciousness. They arise together, so we should take them together. And again, the karma bhava is the karma seed which is produced from the sankhara, that is the volition. So if we take the karma bhava, which is we call karma vata, the dhamma. So we should also include sankhara. They represent both karma formation. This also karma formation. So we get again the number 1, 2, 8, 9, 10 as the 5 present causes for the arising of future existence. So these causes are the same as the past causes. Also, time may change, but these ultimate mentality, materiality do not change. The citta, the seeker, and ultimate materiality do not change. So in the past, because of ignorance, craving and grasping, living beings perform both immoral actions and moral actions, so producing this karma formation. In the present existence also, because of this ignorance, craving and grasping again, so living beings performing various actions and producing these karma formation. Okay.
教授咧頭先咧就再次重複咧，就係話咧，無論係過去、現在，我哋嘅因咧都係無明啦，同埋嗰個貪愛同埋執取，令到我哋做善業同埋不善業，而且係1、2、8、9、10啦。咁我哋咧就因為我哋現在亦都係呢個5個因咧，同埋我哋有咁樣嘅設備去做呢啲嘢咧，我哋又做咗呢啲大量嘅業啦，即係我哋有生時候咧，我哋嘅思心所咧。就繼續做業，咁而導致呢個就係因咧，咁導致我哋將來咧有再有投生啦，同埋有生老病死呢個過程嘅。咁教授講咧，佢話時間咧可能會改變，其實時間都係概念嚟嘅，但係咧究竟法係唔會改變嘅。我哋嘅心所同埋呢個法則咧，呢個因緣法則咧係唔會改變嘅。咁呢個輪迴咧，即係就算我投生咗第2個唔同嘅眾生，但係我哋仍然咧都走唔出呢29種善同不善嘅業做呢啲咁樣嘅行為，而承受咧個果報咧亦都係一樣嘅，即係32種果報啦咁所以咧就係咁多先，咁你講埋先。
Now, how the present causes produce the future existences. So what I write here is I wrote as I have written in the first edition. So when I say, we say in the future period only Jati, Jara, Marana are present. So now I know it is not correct. It is not correct. Because Upapati Bhava should be put in. Upapati Bhava should be put in. So we say the Bhava is divided into two parts. Karma Bhava is karma formation and Upapati Bhava is rebirth process. So now we have taken only the one part. So the second part should also be included. Yesterday I told you, this Upapati Bhava should be put in here. So if you put in here, then we get better explanation. So in this explanation, as I omit this, I say only rebirth, marana present. So what are the entities, the realities that give rise to rebirth and marana? Oh, these are the entities that give rise to. So I give the answer like that. So now we can make a better answer, we say. So when this, the karma bhava, the karma seed that we produce in the present life, they will have greater priority. Usually they have the greater chance to bear result, to produce a next existence, compared to the previous, the karma that come along from the previous life. Because of proximity, we say. So only if you have the very the strong karma that we call weighty karma, like killing your mother, killing your father, or then if you have done that the karma, so this karma they will keep on producing their result. Even in this life they may produce result. That is, you have to be born in the Bhuva state for a long time. But all usually, so we say, the present karma that we perform now, so any karma bhava anyway, so it may be karma bhava that we produce in this existence or in the past existence, so they will produce their result. So when they produce the result, as we say before, for the karma seed to produce a new existence, you need the support of Tatna, Upadana, and the Avijja, Sankha, the Avijja. Avijja, Tatna, Upadana, that function as the earth, the water, and the air and the light. So with the support of that, only this karma bhava can produce a new existence. So when this karma bhava produces the new existence, again, as we say here, in the past, when we die in the past life, so the karma bhava produces resultant consciousness, and then associated mental factors and materiality. So when this karma produces result, it will produce these two again, and that is called upapati bhava. So upapati bhava actually stands for this vijnana nama rupa. So that show when this karma bhava produce the future existence, it will produce upapati bhava. So what is upapati bhava, if you ask? It is this vijnana nama rupa again. That is 32 the mundane resultant consciousness, and the 35 associated mental factors, and then the 18 kamaja rupa that we take. So now you get these two. So as we said before, if you have all these mentality, materiality, you have the 6 internal bases, then the 6 sense door arise in you. If the 6 external sense object come in contact, so you will get the phassa and vedana. So the same thing, all these 5 will arise in the future existence. So they will arise in the future existence. And we say the arising of this mentality, materiality, that is the vijnana and nama rupa, their arising is called jati. Remember yesterday we described all these ultimate reality, mentality and materiality, they have 3 characteristics: arising, existing, dissolving, arising, existing, dissolving, arising, existing, dissolving. And the arisings of this mentality, materiality is taken as jati. No, jati is but, no, but, or rebirth, you may say. No? And then, why they exist, we call it jara, aging. And when they dissolve, this mentality, material dissolve, we say it is dead. So the arising, existing, and the dissolving or perishing of the upapati bhava, which is this vijnana nama rupa, is called jati, jara, marana. So that means in the new existence, all these will arise, and when these arise, you also get the jati, jara, marana. Like in the human existence, it doesn't stop like even with jati, jara, marana. So when you get the rebirth, when you are born, you are not smiling. So when you are born, what did you do? You cry. No. So as a baby, you have been crying most of the time. So though only that you forget about it, so you don't know that that crying is due to suffering. Due to suffering, you cry actually. So because we say when you are born again, then you will get the worry, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair, and all the whole mass of suffering will arise again in every existence.
咁啦，我哋咧就講咧呢個我哋今生咧不停咁樣做啊，除咗瞓覺嘅時候咧，我哋係做緊呢29種善業或者不善業，而即係呢個業有啦。咁我哋做嘅時候咧係以呢個無明執取同埋貪愛咧係作為主導嘅啦。咁我哋今生做嘅業咧，即係呢個業有咧，咁教授講咧，我哋第5課都講過啦。其實咧，佢成熟嘅影響對我哋臨死嘅時候咧，嗰個影響咧係大過過去生嗰啲嘅。除非咧我哋咧過去生做嘅業咧好重啦，譬如我哋殺父殺母嗰啲咁嘅重業咧，先至會可能會有會有果報啦。咁但係咧，今生做嘅業咧係好重要嘅。但係我哋所有嘅業咧，佢點樣先至會成熟咧？咁咧佢成熟嘅支持佢嘅原因咧，係個因咧，點解我哋有呢個輪轉咧？呢個原因咧好緊要啦。呢個就係除咗業之外咧，就係呢個無明、呢個貪愛同埋執取嘅。呢個就係好似一粒種子咧，需要呢個太陽泥土同埋水分咁樣。所以呢個無明貪愛同埋執取咧，就係我哋嘅業需要成熟所要具備嘅呢個支持啦，或者係資助啦。咁當我哋投生嘅時候，當然仲有啦。咁譬如因為其中大家取咧執取其中一個取咧，就係由有取啦，即係貪圖繼續存在嘅希望仲存在嘅，所以我哋一定咧即係投生嘅時候係有呢種執取啦。咁當我哋因為咁樣嘅時候咧，我哋就會投生啦，即係講緊將來咧，我哋就會有呢個有呢個 jati 啦，呢個巴利文嘅意思咧就係再結生啦。咁呢個結生心咧就係即係結生心，大家都即係我哋之前都有學過啦。咁結生心嘅時候咧，結生心就係話會同32個果報心咧一齊㗎啦，即係其中一個果報心成熟嘅時候咧，就係我哋結生心啦。咁呢個明法同埋色法咧，呢個就係即係而家呢個 jati 咧，即係講緊將來咧，就呢個就等同咧我哋而家呢個結生心咧，同埋我哋嘅名色。我哋呢個名色咧，大家記得咧，明法咧就係嗰個35個心所伴隨住嗰個32個果報心生起㗎啦。呢個色法就係異生色啦。呢一紮嘢咧就係我哋投生嗰陣時發生嘅嘢。咁之後咧，我哋咧就係因為我哋有六內處啦，就會有觸有受咧。咁我哋咧將來嘅時候咧，亦都會咧就會因為有呢啲咧而產生咧呢個憂悲苦惱嘅。咁呢個憂悲苦惱咧係因為我哋繼續，因為我哋係有貪啦，有執取啦。咁我哋嘅即係繼續生存咧，就會有呢啲嘢嘅。
So now we can read these 4 lines here. We say, you just don't change. So there are 5 causes were there in the past. So these are 5 causes in the past, and 5 fruits. 5 fruits. The result of these 5 past causes. 5 fruits we find in the present life. So these are the 5 present effects. Again, 5 causes do we now produce. So we produce these 5 present causes again, and 5 fruits we reap in the future life. So that means the dependent origination, paticca samuppada, the wheel of paticca samuppada, is rotating in terms of these 5 causes, 5 effects, 5 causes, 5 effects. And these 20, these 20 are known as 20 modes here. And now on page 253, 252, so I give you a diagram there. So this one, so explain and showing the wheel of dependent origination as 4 segments, 4 segments. So, okay, now you have the 5 past causes give rise to 5 present effects. And then in the present life, we again produce 5 present causes and then give rise to 5 future effects. So in this way, we say this paticca samuppada will be rotating 5 causes, 5 effects, 5 causes, 5 effects, so they are rotating. So that means you will be born again and again, life after life. So there is continuously and endlessly in the future, and you have already born endlessly in the past. We understand this.
咁咧，我哋總結咧，教授咧就講咧，因為過去嘅5個因咧，我哋記得，其實大家都記得因係乜嘢啦，5個啦。咁咧，我哋咧就會有而家嘅呢個果啦，即係今生咧，我哋就有5蘊啦，六根門啦，我哋又會觸，又有受啦。咁因為今生我哋有呢一紮嘢咧，我哋繼續咧，因為有嗰個無明貪愛同埋呢個執取嘅推動咧，我哋繼續做新嘅業，繼續做呢一紮嘢咧，就會令到咧將來咧亦都會有結生啦，繼續有將來嘅生命。咁呢個輪轉咧就係話不停咁樣輪嘅，就係無始境無始以來都係咁樣轉法嘅。
Okay, so far. Now we can go to page 250. And you again show the chart 8.1. Chart 8.1 again. So you just show the chart 8.1. So on page 250, we get number 4 there. So we say there are 4 abridgments. Sankhepa they call in Pali. So not that one. We say the table. The table you have shown just 8.1. This table. So we say, these 5, the past causes is taken as one abridgment. 5 present effects, second abridgment, and then the 5 present causes taken the third abridgment, and then future 5 effects as the 4th abridgment. So it is not important. Then number 5 says that there are 3 connections. So 3 connection is this 1, 2, 3, this one. So this is the connection between the past causes and the present effects. There is the sankhara and vijnana. So they represent the connection, the connection between the past existence, the past effects, the past 5 causes, and the present 5 effects. And this is also another connection between the 5 present effects and the 5 present causes. And this is the third connection, connecting the 5 present causes with the future 5 effects. So we get 3 connections. So this connection has already passed by in our life, and this does not come yet. It will come only when we die. So while we are living now, we are concerned with this present connection. Vedana, Pachaya, Tanha. Vedana causes Tanha to arise. So if Vedana, so we are in contact with sense objects all the time. So when you are in contact with pleasant sense objects, it produces pleasant feeling. So you crave for that, the pleasant feeling as well as that pleasant sense object. So craving will arise. So even if you get the unpleasant sense objects, so when unpleasant sense objects arise, then we say you get unpleasant feeling. So when you get unpleasant feeling, you will get the anger or dislike or upset for a few moments. Then you don't like this, so you also crave for the good the sensation that I have enjoyed before. So you crave for the good feeling that you have enjoyed before. So if you crave, so we say craving will arise again. So if craving arises, so then you join. You already connected the present 5 effects of the present Vedanatana, the past or the present 5 effects with the present 5 causes. So that means the V of Abhidhamma will go on turning. So it goes on, if you are developing always Vedana producing craving, feeling produce craving, you get this machine will be rotating on and on. So some elder monks, they say, now we should cut this link to stop the turning of the V of Abhidhamma. So how do you do it? So you have to prevent from craving, prevent craving from arising. So how can we prevent it? So they say we can prevent it by guarding our 6 sense doors with mindfulness. So with mindfulness. So if you see some person, just take note as saying see. Don't take note whether that person is a woman or a man or how beautiful she is or not. Then in that case, you will not develop Tanha craving. You develop Panya instead of Tanha. So they say the Vedana will produce the Panya instead of Tanha. Panya means wisdom. So in that case, you can stop momentarily. So actually, we also do that. And that is according to Visuddhi method. That is not trying to take note. If you see something, try to take note, see, stop it. Don't allow the craving to arise. And then when you hear something, just take note. It is hearing, stop it. Alright, so they say. And we call this actually Indriya Samvara Sila. It is just morality. It is not meditation yet. Just morality. This is the Indriya Samvara Sila. To make your morality, the precept, to be very pure. So we have to do that. We don't allow these defilements like craving. So if craving arises, the ignorance will arise together, the wrong view will arise together. So we don't allow them to arise in the mind. So if you can keep pure morality like that, so in Vipassana, you can become a noble person very easily.
咁咧頭先咧就講咧，我哋頭先有講咧，即係過去嘅因咧，令到而家咧就有5個果啦。咁而家5個因咧，其實5個因過去同埋而家都係將來都係一樣嘅，令到咧將來有5個果咧，嗰5個果咧亦都係一樣啦，就係我哋嘅5蘊啦等等嘅。咁樣喺呢張圖咧，其實好重要咧，就係話佢將12因緣咧所有嘅重要關係咧都寫得好清楚嘅，同埋個次序啦。咁佢有3個連結嘅，好重要嘅。第一個連結咧， 就係過去生同埋今生咧，過去生做嘅業成熟咗咧，我哋有結生心生起，呢個係第一個連結。第二個連結咧就係話，我哋今生咧，因為有受咧呢啲係咪都係果報嚟嘅？去到呢個為止啊，上面呢一集咧仲係果報，但係咧去到呢度速行啦，我哋學過第9張圖啦，而家唔使睇啦，就知道我哋感受而家當下嘅呢個所緣嘅時候咧，因為我哋有無明啦，同埋有貪愛執取作為主導咧，又令到我哋咧繼續做新嘅業啦。咁所以呢個連結咧係好重要咧，係令到我哋做新嘅業嘅呢個連結嚟嘅。咁因為我哋做新嘅業咧，我哋死嘅時候咧，我哋嘅果報成熟咧，咁我哋咧又就會繼續輪迴投生啦。咁呢個投生嘅時候咧，亦都係有呢個無明啊等等係作為主導嘅。咁呢個時候咧，咁教授講咧過去即係我哋投生，今生投生已經係過去式啦。咁咧將來死咗啊，我哋今生死咗再投生都係未發生嘅嘢啦。咁但係我哋而家時時刻刻咧，我哋嘅六根門咧同六外境咧係相接觸嘅。咁每一刻都有呢個受生起嘅。咁我哋點樣去防止呢個貪啊、嗔啊、痴啊係我哋做緊新嘅業咧？咁佢咧就講咧，佢話我哋咧就有好多方法咧守護我哋嘅六根門啦。咁譬如咧佛陀啦、佛經啦、經論入邊都有教啦。譬如有啲禪修方法亦都講啦，即係佛陀會講呢個係根律儀啦。就係話譬如嗰個眼睛見到嘅嘢嘅時候咧，我哋唔執着於佢嘅形啦，唔執着於佢嘅相啦，我哋淨係如理作意，知道我睇到。咁聽到嘅時候咧，我哋唔會走到嗰個聲音入邊啦，我哋淨係知道聽呢個現象。咁呢個方法咧係即係喺經入邊咧係叫根律儀啦，或者係戒嘅一種。咁修行嘅比丘咧，如果可以咁樣做咧，咁佢咧就可以保護佢六根門咧，減少咗呢個或者甚至停止咗呢啲貪愛生起，即係剎那生起啫。即係有你做得好，即係嗰剎那冇呢啲貪愛影響。咁如果做得仲好咧，就仲有智慧生起添，因為你可以因為如理作意，你可以睇到佢嘅實相嘅。咁但係咧教授咧就講咧，佢話咧，如果我哋咧冇執着於嗰個有邪見咧，即係如果冇會睇到嗰個所緣佢個概念啊，呢個男人女人啊靚唔靚啊等等咧，我哋就唔會有邪見啦，就唔會有貪愛嘅，即係唔會有無明嘅。咁呢個時候咧，如果收起呢個內觀，修內觀嘅時候咧，就會容易。
So on page 250 here, so there is not 250 here actually. Don't go yet. It is not 250. But the next page is 250. So this one, number 6. We come to here. We finish these 3 connections. We have finished. Now we come to this 3 rounds. So in Pali we say is vata. So vata means going round and round like the rotation of a wheel. The wheel of Paticca Samuppada. Paticca Samuppada means dependent origination. May be divided into 3 segments called 3 rounds, or in Pali 3 vatas. So now the first round is Pilesa Vata, the round of defilements. So now of the 12 factors of the Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination. So avijja, ignorance, tanha, craving, and upadana, grasping. They are defilements. So these 3 are grouped together as the round of Tilesa. We say Tilesa Vata round. And then Kama Bhava is the Kama formation. Sankhara is also Kama formation. So these 2 are taken together as Kama Vata, the round of Kama. Now, when this Kama bear result, with the support of this avijja, tanha, upadana, so they produce upapati bhava. Upapati bhava means the rebirth process that refers to the future existence. So when the future existence is born, so vijnana, resultant consciousness, nama rupa, mentality, associated mental factors, and the materiality will arise, and these will constitute the 6 internal bases, and then they also serve as the 6th sense door. So when the external sense object come in contact, you get the phassa, contact with vedana, and the feeling. And when upapatibhava, the new existence is born, you also get jati, birth, jara, marana, aging, and death. So these are taken together as vipaka rata, vata, that is the round of result. So we divide those 12 factors into 3 rounds. Okay.
嗱咁咧，跟住咧，我哋將呢個12因緣咧法咧，又分成3個輪轉嘅。嗱，其實真係有3個輪嘅。咁第一個咧就係煩惱嘅輪轉啦。咁呢個煩惱嘅輪，其實我哋頭先都講啦，即係佢不停咁樣輪轉啦，舊嘅成熟咗變成產生一啲嘢，又變成新嘅又產生啦。咁呢個煩惱嘅輪咧，就係呢個無明啦、貪同埋執取嘅。咁第二個輪轉咧，就係業嘅輪轉。咁我哋咧做業咧，就係我哋嘅我哋嘅業友咧，同埋我哋做嘅呢個業sankhara咧，都係我哋做緊新，即係做緊新嘅業，做緊業啦。咁佢有一啲潛伏嘅種子或者潛能啦，因緣成熟嘅時候咧，佢就一定會有果報嘅。咁呢個果報嘅輪轉咧，就自然都發生啦。咁呢個果報嘅輪轉咧，就係話內容係乜嘢咧？果報就係我哋嘅因為我哋做過業成熟嘅時候咧，我哋就有結生呢個現象啦。咁咧結生嘅時候咧，我哋就會有結生心啦，有名色啦，同埋有呢個六處啦、六內處啦，有觸有受呢啲咁樣嘅心所嘅。咁同埋咧，我哋亦都會有新嘅投生啦，新嘅老病死。呢個就係因為我哋做嘅業嘅果報咧，就會有下面呢一紮嘢，就係果報嘅輪轉。
So we can also explain the rotation of the paticca samuppada dependent origination in terms of these 3 rounds. In terms of these 3 rounds. Now, in whatever existence, you will be born. So, or in other words, all living beings in the whole universe, who are not arahats yet, especially the warlings, we say, who are not noble persons yet. So, we have all these avijja, tanha, upadana arising in our mind. So they always influence all living beings to perform actions again and again, both moral actions and immoral actions. So we say this: the ignorance is the ignorance of the true nature of sense objects. The sense objects are made up of only mental, like the living beings are made up of mental materiality, and they are rising, dissolving very rapidly. So when you can see up to mental materiality, no person, no woman, no man, no Korean movie, no Chinese, the actors and actresses. So now, because of ignorance, we say, oh, they exist. Chinese noodle exists, and then the money exists. It's good to get them, not to get them. So because of that wrong the vision, the ignorance, we say now craving arises. And when that craving becomes very strong and you want to get it, and you cannot live without getting it, so you perform to get it, try to get it. So you perform either moral actions or immoral actions. So that means if these kilesa, the round of defilements is present, then this round will give rise to the round of karma. You will perform actions, and then karma seed will be produced. So this karma seed, again we have seen, with the support of these 3, avijja, upadana, they produce the new existence. When the new existence arises, so this round of resultant arises. Now when this wrong resultant arises, as soon as vijnana arises as rebirth consciousness, and then as life continue, and also during that time other consciousness also arise in our life. So in all these, in the starting from the rebirth consciousness, vijnana, latent defilements come along. Remember, you know latent defilements, so all of you become very, very serious. No smiling anymore. What is latent defilement? We don't know. So, we already described I described to you in chapter 7, in the category of immoral mental factors. So in there, we already described the latent defilements. That is on page. So you can just turn back in this new book on page 212. So you get 7 latent defilements. 7 latent defilements. Anusaya.
You don't have to scan that part.
You don't need to scan. They can just look. Just to tell them. I already told you. These latent defilements are just like the property of mental factors. These defilements are called the defilements. The defilements are, so these avijjatana upadana, we say they are defilements. They always exist in our mental stream. In our mental stream, in all our minds. So since we were born, they lie latent in the mind. So when you are born, they arise together with the rebirth consciousness. And now, though you are smiling, and then you are listening to the Dhamma, we say you are developing moral minds in time. Oh, you are living very wisely. But those defilements are still in your mind. They don't arise in your mind yet. They just remain. They remain in the mind as latent defilement, as the property, like in the tree they have the property to bear the fruits. The fruits do not arise yet, but though the fruit does not arise, we know the property of bearing fruits exists in the tree. So when we see the fruits, we are sure. So because it has this property, they can bear fruits. The same thing. Now though you are developing moral minds, so as soon as you think of your family members and you worried about them, as soon as you get worried, what happens? Dosa will arise in you. And then if you think of your sweetheart, your lover, how you have enjoyed before, so that time craving arises. So when craving arises, it is accompanied by the ignorance. And then while you are remembering your sweetheart and lovers very often, because of this strong attachment, the upadana. So that means they arise in your mind. So ready. So we say, these when you are born in the new life, so they come along as latent defilement. So when you come in contact with pleasant sense object that you desire, they arise in your mind. So when they arise in your mind, we call them the moderate defilements. Arisen defilement. They start agitating you. Since morning you get up, you better get the Chinese noodle or the McDonald's or the Kentucky chicken. So they are not trying to, they are agitating you. So they are already agitating you. Now, when like the mosquito bites you or something, when you don't get it, so you become very angry. So they become gross and dirty. So, and when you cannot control your anger, then you will start killing. You will use abusive language. You use abusive language. You try the blame other persons with abusive language. So that being immoral, this defilement arises in you. So we say, when you get the round of result, so vijnana, the defilement, they come along, they come along as latent defilement, and when you get the six sense, the six internal bases, six sense door come in contact with the sense object. So we say, the feeling arises now. When the feeling arises, what happened? Vedana paccaya tanha. Tanha, craving arises. And craving will give rise to upadana. Upadana, grasping or clinging. So whenever craving and grasping arises, avijja also arise together. So they keep on turning now. If you have the realm of defilement, it will give rise to realm of karma. If you get realm of karma, it will give rise to realm of resultant. If you get realm of resultant, realm of defilement will arise again, and that will go on. This will go on turning. So we on page 251, we show this, this circle here. So here, we divide the cycle, the lower one, so into three segments. So I pointed here, Kilesa Vata first here. So we say, it turns like this. So if there Kilita Vata, if Kilita Vata pass by, what will come? Kama Vata will come here. So after Kama Vata pass by, then Vipaka Vata, the round of resultant will come. So it will be returning like this, round and round. So, okay.
咁咧，我哋頭先講嗰三個輪轉啦，咁因為咧嗰個無明咧係最重要嘅咧，因為我哋睇唔到我哋六根門所接觸嘅六境咧、六所緣佢嘅實相咧，我哋先至會有貪愛，我哋先至會有邪見。咁所以咧個貪愛咧必定咧係因為有無明而生嘅。咁我哋因為貪愛咧，譬如我哋會貪愛啲美食啊、財富啊等等等等咁樣嘅嘢，咁我哋就會有執取啦。咁就係即係頭先咧就講呢個係煩惱嘅輪轉啦。咁因為有執取咧，我哋就會作業啦，做善同埋不善嘅業啦。咁當我哋做善同埋不善嘅業成熟嘅時候，投生嘅時候咧，我哋咧即係呢個係生有啦，即係或者結生嘅時候咧，我哋就走入呢個果報嘅輪轉。咁呢個果報嘅輪轉咧，咁頭先教授咧就講啦，當我哋投生嘅時候咧，雖然係一個意識入胎啫，雖然但係一個結生嘅心帶住32個35個美心所添，但係咧當中咧會有我哋過去生做嘅業啦。咁咧最緊要咧係帶住呢啲隨眠煩惱一齊，即係我哋每一個意識都有嘅，除咗我哋係阿羅漢，我哋先至冇嘅。咁隨眠煩惱咧，教授話考你哋係咩嚟嘅？佢話睇到大家嘅表情咧，原本有人笑嘅，即刻咧就嚴肅晒。咁樣咁佢話大家嚴肅嗰下咧，即係如果有擔心生起嗰陣時咧，就話頭先嗰刻仲未有，因為聽到呢啲嘢，個心諗到呢啲嘢咧。就會有呢個擔心，擔心係乜嘢咧？擔心就係呢個親根心生起嘅。咁即係講擔心呢樣嘢，親心咧原本唔存在嘅，佢潛伏喺我哋嗰度，因為有境咧令到佢走出嚟嘅。咁同埋亦都係咧，我哋 BB 嘅時候咧，好似好天真可愛無邪咁樣，冇貪嗔痴嘅。但係咧唔係冇，而係冇咁樣嘅所緣咧帶佢走出嚟啫。所以呢個隨眠煩惱咧。係即係無明咧、貪愛咧，就潛伏喺我哋嘅心入邊嘅。咁當佢走出嚟嘅時候，因為有外境走出，令到佢走出嚟嘅時候咧，呢個時候咧就叫潛伏煩惱。嗱，我唔記得中文點樣寫啊。唔緊要啊。咁即係總之嗰個係一個名啫，即係走咗出嚟啦已經。咁另外咧就係。因為我哋有呢啲咁樣嘅煩惱咧，我哋咧就繼續咧會做新嘅業啦。頭先亦都講，因為有觸有受，譬如教授一問到我哋唔記得嘅嘢咧，就話咧緊張擔心啦，咁就有即刻做咗新嘅業喎。所以呢個3個半鐘唔係淨係全部都係善業。 to you later what I said. 咁咧咁所以咧，我哋做咗啲業咧，就令到我哋咧，即係又去翻呢個我做嘅業嘅前提係咩咧？亦都係因為有呢個無明同埋貪愛啦，最重要係無明啦。咁所以呢個輪咧，我哋去翻教授講嗰呢邊呢個輪咧，就話咧呢個煩惱嘅輪咧係推動我哋去做業啦，做咗業咧，我哋就有果報。有咗果報，我哋有具備呢啲咁嘅設備去繼續做業嘅時候咧，我哋就繼續做啦。做完之後咧，佢都係因為有呢個呢三個煩惱作為背景啦，或者主使咧，令到我哋繼續做業。做完業咧，只會增長呢啲煩惱嚇，即係佢冇減少。如果我哋唔做善行啦，就算做善行，頭先都記得，如果係無明嘅情形之下做善行咧，咁其實咧都係增加無明咯。咁其實亦都係繼續投生，繼續輪迴，可能投生嘅狀態好啲咯。咁冇辦法去脱離呢個輪轉嘅。
So it seems not as the students smile, so they understand better now, I think. So when I try to give the Dhamma talk in Myanmar, so down from town I travel. So when I also when I like to tell them about that we are born again and again. So we have to explain this the Paticcasamuppada, the causal relations of dependent origination. But we cannot explain in detail like this. We have to explain only up to the state that they can't understand. So we say, if you look in nature, everything is going down and down. No? You take like the mango tree. So you start with the mango seed. Mango seed will produce mango plant, mango tree, and it bears fruit, mango fruits, and then the fruit produce the seed again, so that you get around there. Mango seed, mango tree, mango fruit, mango seed, mango tree, mango fruit. So it goes round and round. So when you take the living being, the same thing I said. No? You take a hen. Now a hen will lay down the eggs. And from the eggs, a chicken is produced. And when the chicken grows up, it becomes a hen again. So now you have the round of chicken, egg, chicken egg, and the hen, the egg, the chicken, the hen, the egg, the chicken, the hen, the egg, the chicken. So it will go round and round. So when will we stop? I asked the audience. So one boy among the audience, he said, "The teacher, when the hen dies, it stops." When the hen dies, he said, "It stops." He said, No, it will not stop. I say, as the hen already laid down the egg, the egg can be not hatched in the incubator to become a chicken. So you get the love again, the same thing. Now even you cut down the mango tree, as the mango seed is there, so the mango seed will give rise to the mango tree again. So it will not stop. So it will go round and round.
咁咧教授講咧，佢平時咧去緬甸巡迴咁樣教阿毗達摩嘅時候咧，可能4日就講晒一本書，咁冇可能咧講咁詳細嘅。咁咧佢哋即係而家我哋都好難得即係有機會講晒，即係講得比較詳細啲啦。咁佢講咧，其實大家如果睇大自然咧，好多時咧都係喺度輪迴緊、輪轉、重複咁樣輪轉嘅。好似芒果樹會開花結果啦，芒果啦，芒果咧又有芒果個籽啦，咁芒果籽咧又可以種翻，種完之後又係一棵芒果樹，咁芒果樹又有芒果啦，芒果又變成即係芒果個種啦，即係其實係重複咁樣嘅，即係呢個大自然嘅呢個規則。
So we can go to page 253. 253. There we give you number 7. So the topic there is about the 2 roots. The 2 roots we call in Pali mula. Mula is also known as the root. Now the we of Paticcasamuppada, can be divided into two portions. The first portion starts from the past causes and ends at the present effects. So comprising these, and if you look at them, you will find that in this portion, avidya is the root or origin. So and the second portion starts from the present causes and ends at the future effects. And in this portion, Tatna is the root or origin. So please show the table 8.1 again. So the table, so we say that this past causes and the present future effects, from here to here. It represents the first portion, the first part of the wheel of Tejas Mopada. So in this portion, it includes avidya, sankhara, vijnana, nama, rupa, sanana, phasa, vedana. So here avidya is the root. And then the second portion starts from the present 5 causes and ends with the future 5 effects. So again, it consists of tanha, upadana, kama bhava, upavati bhava, jati, jara, marana. So in this portion, tanha is the root. So we say this avidya and tatna, they represent the 2 roots of the wheel of Ateja Samuppada. So they are similar to the 2 main roots of a big tree. So if you want to cut that big tree, what should you do? If you want to destroy it so that it will never grow again. So even if you cut the trunk, the roots if they remain, they will grow again, they will grow again. So you have to dig out those, cut out those 2 roots, dig out and burn them, destroy them. Then the root will never arise again. The same way, if you study the dependent origination, and when you understand this very well, you can understand that in the rounds of rebirth, there is only suffering. Only suffering is going round and round, round and round. So nothing is part of the pleasant actually. So what we think, the pleasant is that Vedana feeling. When we get pleasant Vedana, we think that it is pleasant, enjoyable. But when we find that as soon as Vedana arises, it dissolves. So as the Buddha said, that is not the real happiness. It is just the illusion. So we find that only suffering is going round and round. Now, if you get fed up with this the existence, if you want to stop, you want to get out this round of the suffering, what should you do? So you have to cut the 2 roots. You get to cut the 2 roots, and those 2 roots can be cut off only by 3-4 noble training. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, training of morality, training of concentration, training of wisdom. So no other way. The Buddha said that is the only way. So in meditation, you have to see this, the turning round and round of this Paticca Samuppada. In meditation, you have to see that. So, just like we say, when the meditators can see their past lives, so up to say 3 lives of their past life, they can also see their future lives in the Vipassana. And they can see them. So the way how they can see them will be explained in the next chapter, chapter 9, when we talk about the meditation. We'll explain it. We'll explain it. So when they have to verify the cause of the statement of dependent origination by relating all the past causes with the present effects. So we have to verify in 3 ways, we say. From one cause, avidya, it gives rise to the sankhara. Sankhara gives rise to vijnana. So in that way also, and the past 5 causes give rise to the present pi effects and the present pi causes will give rise to the future pi effects, etc. You have to verify by them. So when they have seen their past 3 lives, and then they have do this, the correlation. They say they are fed up with existence. You don't want to get this existence anymore, and anymore. So just like you have watched a movie 3 times, so you don't want to watch it anymore. So you don't want to live anymore. So you want to get out of this existence. Then you have to cut these 2 roots. So and by doing the vipassana, we can cut them. We can cut them. Okay.
咁咧，我哋去到253頁咧，咁我哋講一講咧253頁，大家都唔使即係書入邊咧主要咧就係講咧，其實咧有2個緣起法咧有2個根嘅2個根嘅，咁邊2個根咧就去翻8.1圖。咁8.1呢個圖咧，咁其實咧就2個根咧，其實係由2個地方睇啦。第一咧就係過去嘅因，過去嘅因係由咩嘢開始咧？就有無明開始嘅。咁因為呢啲因咧，同埋夾埋呢個，我哋都有講啦，就係因為有貪愛啦，同埋執取啦，咁令到我哋做業啦，咁同埋另外我哋而家投生咧有呢一紮嘢。咁呢個係一個根啦，呢個係一個根源啦。咁另外一個根咧就係現在嘅因而家我哋已經做咗人啦。咁因為而家嘅根咧就係呢個因咧就係呢個貪愛啦同埋執取啦，而令到我哋咧亦都係繼續做呢啲業嘅。咁令到我哋將來咧亦都會有呢個生命嘅輪迴嘅生命啦。咁所以咧，如果係咁樣睇咧，2個因咧，一個咧就係無明，一個就係貪愛咧同埋執取嘅。咁教授講咧，即係其實呢2個根源咧，就係等於一棵大樹嘅2個好強嘅根令到我哋咧即係繼續輪迴啦。